is Stanley Mitchell. I'll be 66 this July. I was released from Maryland Correctional System June the 20th, 2013 under the Unger issue, which is that the courts ruled that I didn't have a fair trial. I was sentenced to life, probable life sentences, plus 18 years, running consecutive, which meant that I had to do 15 years before I was eligible for parole. I did 12 and a half before they sent me because I was able to earn all 3.5 years of being seen a parole. The first time I went up, they told me that nobody makes parole first time up. They said, we'll just tell you what we want from you. And they told me what they wanted from me, which would be some college, because I already had a high school diploma, so they wanted some college, they wanted some job training, and some therapy. So I did that. In 3 years I came back up, and they said, okay, well, we want to recommend you for parole. And once you get some work release, go home on weekends, see how you act in the community. And a couple weeks later, another inmate killed his girlfriend, killed himself, and they snatched everybody back in from pre-release. And they told me, you know, we see you when you see you, because they're not doing nothing for none of you no more. So I waited another 15 years until Robert Early was in there, and he started doing something for parolees. So then I said, okay, I want my hearing now, because under the law, I could postpone my hearing and then ask for it whenever I wanted. You know, so I postponed it because the parole board gave me a heads up and said, look, they're not doing nothing. If you get denied, you got to wait another 5 years until the next governor. So I just waited till, I didn't want to get that denial. You know, so I waited. In the same time I was working on my case in the courts, because I felt as though I should have been there. So next time I came up, when Earl was on, they said they put another wrinkle on. They said, well, now we want you to go to Patuxent and get evaluated psychologically. So I said, okay, fine. They said it'll take about a year for you to get there. It took 3 years for me to go just for evaluation. So I went down there, did the 3 years, went down there. The doctors wrote the report, and I came back. It took me 2 years for them to see me, to go over the report. So when I came back, they gave me a glowing recommendation and everything, but they told me that because of the politics of the situation right now, you're not going to get no favorable results. You know, so they put it in writing on my decision at this time. Favorable result probably won't be forthcoming. Maybe the next panel, next governor might do something. And all this time, I was clearly working on the legal issue of Unger and a modification of sentence. The modification was granted, and I went in front of the judge, and she said that she felt as though that I wasn't ready for the street, regardless of what I had accomplished since I was been in prison, and she denied it. That was in November of 2012. So after that happened, my attorney contacted the public defender's office and said, look, you know, we got a guy just sitting here and he shouldn't be in here. And they said, well, maybe he might be one of the Unger. And they said, yes, he is. We're going to be talking to him. And that was in June 20th, 2013. I walked out with $18 in cash and 30 days worth of blood pressure medication and a handshake. He said, have a good life. And that's what I've been trying to do. Well, for whatever reason, I was always blessed academically, so I've always had clerk jobs, like, because I could type. I mean, when I went to school, other guys took up shop, I took typing for whatever reason. So when you could type, because when I went to prison, everybody didn't have electric typewriters. They had the old operatic, so I was like, you're in demand. So I've always had a fairly decent clerk job. And then when I got older, you know, I decided to work in the school area, because at the same time I had computers, and that way I'd have access to computers every day. So I could learn what I could about computers. So I went to Anne Arundel Community College while I was in there and graduated top of the class in computer graphics, which I have a certificate from Anne Arundel Community College. And then after that I went to school to work for a lady by the name Miss B. Gallup, who works in the school system in MCIJ, but she's been in the system for 26 years, and I was her clerk, tutor, aide. And as a result, I taught individuals, that young guys that would have problems, and guys who walk around the prison with their pants hanging off their butt and trying to be slick. They came to our classroom because I had the respect, because all the time I had done, and they respected me. So I worked with them up until the time that I left. And also, they had a reading program for children. In other words, where your kids could come in and read with you. So I coordinated that, where on a Saturday, every 2 Saturdays a month, kids to come in, sit down with their parents and read, have a meal with them. It's not a regular visit, just strictly about the kids. And so that's what I did until I was released. And since then I've been in touch with
misguiding other people. And I took it on to my church now. I go to Mount Eden in Clinton. My pastor is Damon Coates. He ran for lieutenant governor. He teaches us that, you need to give back, let people know the way you've been. He always says everybody in this church is not a law-abiding citizen. Everybody had their issues. So he seems like he's speaking to me. So I spent my Christmas collecting gifts for prisoners' kids and then delivering them, not the Angel Tree program. Our church calls it Warm Hearts. And like I tell everybody, I said, I can't think of a time since I was 12, 13 that I didn't come out the house and didn't do something I didn't have no business. But now I've been on the street going on 2 years, and I don't do nothing. I learned from experience that karma is real. What you put out is what you get back. I was out there breaking the law, hustling to get my customized Cadillac, which I had, and nice clothes, which I had, but I was doing illegal things to get them. But now I'm home with the help of my wife and other family members, and I got the same identical stuff, and I ain't broke no laws. So you can make it out here, and just like I'm doing it, other people can do it. Other 2,000 people in there, I'm not saying all 2,000, but I'm going to do the same thing. That's humanly possible. But the majority of them don't have to be there. They're dying, and it's costing everybody's money, and they don't have to be there. And plus you're hurting the correction officers, because you got guys walking around that got forever, and they say, well, if I got forever, why be good? These correction officers are people that live in the community. You're putting them at danger because you take away all hope. Guys don't have no hope. They act stupid. That's just human nature. So everybody benefits. And I'm just hoping by myself, Etta, and the other individuals, the 80 of us that are doing the right thing, they'll say, look, you don't need all that protection garbage, you don't need all that stuff. If these guys are ready and they done jump through all the hoops you asked for, give them their shot. So that's the purpose of me being here. It's a win-win for everybody, because the people that make the decisions to make parole, they're not soft, they're not liberals. These are not people, they're usually ex-law enforcement, or lawyers, prosecutors. So if you can convince these people that you're ready for the street, nobody else should be involved in it. I said, why waste your time? And I read the paper, it's always about the dollar. We're talking millions of dollars. You got old men, the average guy that I'm talking about is in their 60s, late 50s, 60s. They don't pose no threat to anybody. All they're doing is hurting your pocketbook. And if a lot of them got out, they probably wouldn't cost the state nothing in medical issues. Because like me, I had medical issues, but I got out and got proper treatment, and I'm good. And don't wait until they're my age and they're unemployable. Let them out when they're in their 30s, where they can get some of that money back by working, and you can get taxes. That's what I'm talking about legislators. Everybody wins. Nobody loses in this situation. You just got to be on point of who you let out.